I smiled through your wedding like I wasn't breaking inside. I walked into the room, everyone dressed in white, flowers in the silence, soft golden light. You look like something perfect, standing by his side. And I stood in the corner with nowhere to hide. People said, you look alright. I said, yeah, I'm fine. I smiled through your wedding like nothing was wrong. Raised a glass in your direction, try to play along. I smiled through your wedding while something in me burned, celebrating your forever with everything I never earned. I lost count of the glasses, didn't feel them go down. Every laugh around me was a distant sound. I told myself it's nothing, just another night. But every time I saw you, I had to look away twice. I wasn't drinking to forget, I was drinking just to stay. I smiled through your wedding like I knew how to let go, like I wasn't holding memories I never got to show. I smiled through your wedding like I didn't care at all. But every second standing there felt like a silent fall. I don't hate him, I don't blame you, I just wish I wasn't still standing here, feeling this too. I smiled through your wedding, and I think you saw it too. The way I kept it together, like I had nothing left of you. I smiled through your wedding, and I didn't walk away. Not because I'm over it, but I had nothing left to say. I smiled, but it wasn't the same. Asked me to sing for you, and I said yes. Someone called my name, said come up, say a few words. The room turned into faces, but I barely heard. You were standing right there in a dress I couldn't forget, and somehow I was smiling like I didn't regret. I held the mic in silence for a second too long. I sang for you that night like I meant every word, a song about forever like it didn't hurt. I sang for you that night with a steady voice somehow, while everything inside me was breaking down. People started clapping, they thought it was sweet. I followed every lyric, but I felt incomplete. I looked at you for seconds, then quickly looked away. Did you hear the meaning behind what I didn't say? Was it kindness or was it goodbye? I sang for you that night, like I had let you go, like I wasn't holding memories. You'll never know. I sang for you that night, and I didn't miss a line, but every note I gave you was the last piece of mine. Did you understand me? Or did it sound the same? Like just another love song without a hidden pain? Did you feel it in my voice? Or did it pass you by? Like everything I never said before goodbye. I sang for you that night, and I didn't fall apart. I gave you something honest from a breaking heart. I sang for you that night, and I walked back down alone. Not because I'm over you, but because I've finally grown. I sang for you, and no one ever knew. I held it in until I walked away. Oh, I stepped outside the lights, the music faded slow. The laughter stayed behind me, but I couldn't let it go. I made it to the sidewalk before I lost my breath. Like everything I buried was catching up at once. No one saw it happen, no one heard a sound. I lost it when I left, when no one else was there. The smile finally broke into empty air. I lost it when I left, couldn't hold it anymore. All the things I kept inside came crashing to the floor. The drinks finally hit me, or maybe it was you. Every memory I swallowed was rising back in view. Your voice inside the silence, your hand I used to know. Everything I tried to bury refused to stay below. I thought I was okay, I really thought I was. I lost it when I left, couldn't breathe the same. Every step away from you was calling out your name. I lost it when I left, and I didn't try to But the moment I was alone, I had nowhere else to go. I lost it when I left, and I finally understood. You weren't just someone I loved, you were everything I could. I lost it when I left, and I let it all break through. Not because I'm weak tonight, but because it's finally true. I held it in until I couldn't. The night didn't end, it just followed me home. I closed the door behind me, but it didn't feel like silence. The echoes of the music were still inside my head. Your voice between the laughter, your face in every light. Every second I escaped was still replaying in my mind. I thought distance would help, but it stayed the same. The night didn't end, it just changed its place. From a crowded room to an empty space. The night didn't end, it kept holding on, like a song that's over but still playing on. I sat there in the darkness, didn't turn the lights on. Didn't want the morning to prove that you were gone. The glass still on the table, untouched from earlier, like I left a part of me somewhere over there. Time kept moving, but I didn't feel it. The night didn't end, it stayed in my chest. Every quiet moment wouldn't let me rest. The night didn't end, and I couldn't escape from the way you wrapped around me. But some nights don't leave, they just stay. The night didn't end, but I see it now. It's not just the moment, it's the what if somehow. The night didn't end, but maybe it will. Not all at once, but slowly it will. The night didn't end, but I will. I tried to sleep, but you stayed. I turned off all the lights, lay still in the dark. Try to slow my breathing, try to calm my heart. But silence wasn't empty, it was filled with you. Every quiet second felt like something new. I closed my eyes, but you didn't go. I tried to sleep, but you stayed. In every space I couldn't escape, in every thought I couldn't erase, you stayed. I tried to sleep, but you stayed. Like a voice I couldn't replace, like a memory I couldn't break, you stayed. The ceiling felt like distance, the bed felt way too wide, like everything around me was missing your side. I turned from left to right, like that would change a thing. But every move just pulled me deeper into remembering. I thought I let you go, you back, I just wanted peace, but somehow you're the one my mind won't release. I try to sleep, but you stay, not in the way I need, just enough to remind me of everything we used to be. I try to sleep, but you stay, and maybe that's okay. Some nights are meant for healing, some nights just stay. I try to sleep, but you stayed. Don't wake me up, I know it's not real, but it's all I have. I saw you in a dream, standing right in front of me. No distance, no silence, just the way we used to be. You said my name softly, like nothing had changed, like time never touched us, like we never walked away. And for a moment I forgot the truth. Don't wake me up, I don't wanna see the world where you're not mine. there in the daylight, I know what's right and wrong. I know I can't go near you, even if I want. But here inside this moment, nothing feels the same. There's no one else to hurt, no one left to blame. I know this isn't real, but it feels too true. Don't wake me up, I don't wanna fall back into the silence where I can't reach you at all. Don't wake me up, let me have this life. If loving you in dreams is the only way I'm allowed to try, I won't cross that line, I won't break what's real. But inside this dream I can finally feel. Don't wake me up, even if it fades, even if I lose you the second I'm away. Don't wake me up, just a little more time, where I can still pretend that you were mine. Don't wake me up, I'm not ready to lose you again. I went looking for us, but there was nothing left. I opened every drawer, like something might remain. A photo, a letter, a trace of your name. I checked the empty corners where we used to be, like somehow I forgot what I did to everything. Then I stepped outside and saw the truth again. I burned it all before I knew I'd want it back someday. Every piece of me and you, I threw it all away. I burned it all before I knew what it meant to lose. Now I'm standing in the ashes, looking for you. The ground was cold and silent, nothing left but gray. The wind moved through the ashes like it had something to say. I knelt down for a moment, let it run through my hands. But there was nothing left to hold, nothing left to understand. I thought it would help, I thought it would heal. I burned it all before I knew the memories don't fade, they just find another way to quietly remain. I burned it all before I knew that I'd still feel this way, that even with was always too careless, not just with you. I let you slip away like I had time to lose, like love was something simple I could always choose. And now there's nothing left, not even what we had. I burned the only pieces that could take me back. I thought I understood, but I never really did. Maybe I was always too careless with everything I held, too blind to see the difference between love and just myself. Maybe I was always too careless, not just in what I do, but in the way I let go of something real in you. You said I didn't notice the things that mattered most, that I was always somewhere else when you needed me close. And maybe you were right, maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe loving me back then was never safe or steady. And that's the part I hate to see. Maybe I was always too careless to ever be enough, too slow to understand what it means to truly love. Maybe I was always too careless, and now I finally see you didn't leave because you stopped, you left because of me. So now I wish you happiness with someone better than I've been. And I don't know if that's growth or just me losing again. Maybe I was always too careless, but I won't run this time. I'll carry what I've learned, even if it's not mine. Maybe I was always too careless, but I finally understand. Loving someone right takes more than just holding their hand. Maybe letting you go was the only thing I did right. Time keeps moving, but it feels like it stopped for me. I filled my days with anything just to make them pass. Did everything I had to do, but nothing ever lasts. There's nothing left unfinished, no reason left to run. I faced the things I feared the most, and now I'm left with none. I thought the truth would find me when I stopped trying to hide, but I don't know what I'm waiting for. I don't know what is real. I said I wanted honesty, but what am I supposed to feel? I don't know what I'm nothing here for me. I'm not afraid of anything that's coming my way, but maybe that's the problem now. There's nothing left to say. No dreams I'm chasing anymore, no fire left inside. I'm just awake and breathing, but something in me died. If this is what it means to finally let things go, then why does everything feel empty? Like I've lost more than I've won. I thought I'd feel some freedom, but I'm more lost than I've ever been. I don't know what I'm waiting for, where I'm supposed to go. I'm walking through the silence, but there's nothing left to know. They say the truth will set you free, but no one tells you how to live with all the silence when there's no one left around. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I'm still standing here. Maybe I'm just hoping something starts to feel. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I don't wanna run. If this is who I am now, then I'll face what I've become. I'm not afraid anymore. I just don't know why. The sun came in like everything was fine, but something in me didn't rise. Light through the window, soft on the floor. Birds in the distance, like I've heard before. The air feels so gentle, the world feels alive. A morning so perfect, it almost feels right. Everything's here, just like it should be. But morning feels right, and I don't. Coffee is warm, but I'm cold. Everything's beautiful, everything's clear, but nothing is reaching in here. I sit with the silence, a cup in my hand, watching the sunlight touch everything I am. But it doesn't move me, it just passes by, like I'm just a shadow in my own life. I thought I would feel something again. Morning feels right, but I don't. Everything I didn't fall, so why am I lying here? I figured out the pieces, I learned to face the truth. I stood up from the silence and became someone new. I did the things I couldn't, I walked where I was scared. I turned into the person I thought I'd never dare. I thought that meant I'd finally be okay. I didn't fall, I didn't break, I didn't lose what I became. So why am I lying here, needing someone just to stay? White lights above me, voices far away. Someone said my name, but it didn't feel the same. I tried to move my fingers, but nothing really came. Like I was still here breathing, but not inside the frame. I fought so hard to stand again. I didn't fall, I didn't fail, I made it through, I didn't bail. So why does it end like this, when I just learned how to strength is fragile, maybe time just bends, maybe life keeps moving even when we mend. I didn't fall, but I can't stand. I didn't break, but here I am. Not who I was, not who I planned, just someone to understand. I didn't fall, but I can't get up. I see it now. The world was never heavy, only me. The sky was always open, the light was always there. I was just too busy trying not to care, not racing anyone, just running from myself, afraid of what I'd find if I slowed down and felt. I used my mind to quiet down my heart. I tried to control the feeling while it was controlling me. My heart kept telling stories my mind refused to see. I wanted too much before and lost more than I knew. Now I just want something simple, something honest, something true. A drop falls in the silence, soft against the ground. No need to be remembered, no need to make a sound. But somehow in that moment it becomes something more. Not trying to be the ocean, still touching everything it's for. And maybe that's enough. I don't need to be everything, I don't need to be strong, I don't need to have all the answers or always be right or wrong. If I can just be present in the moment I'm in, then maybe that's the beginning of finally living again. Not every loss is failure, not every tear is pain. Some things just fall apart so you can feel again. I wanna be like water, free to come and go, touching something gently, even if it doesn't show. I don't need to be remembered, I don't need to prove. If I can bring a little calm, then I have something to give. Like a drop of water, that's enough for me.